So let's go. Fealty,
So
huh?
who is the prince?
Okay. And the prince is
Great
going to be
ranging.
great ranging. Haven't seen that for a while. Not since Satin and great ranging were podded. Crester, spare, but okay, we're going a mix of traits and stuff, right? You're probably going to defend the wall as well in this. And Greyjoy with a bunch of charts, including the one you don't need to set up usually, Eager Deckhand, because it comes with tempo.
So,
not exactly
is there
the...
any... Yeah, go.
Is there what?
No, continue your thought.
I was going to say, when Alex France plays this, it's usually about 6 locations in play in round 1. And then including some kind of coppers to play and whatever, and then there's if the game's not going well, there's a Murgulis, and then he starts playing characters somehow. Here is the opposite, a bunch of charts in play, and there's nothing in terms of locations.
Sure, they're coming, but
Not even Great
Well,
Hall.
the other
Marcel
two eager
decided
dickheads.
if he gets Gates of the Moon, he will just take the high road, so not being generous with his equal.
No one taking Great Hall.
No.
Is it in hand? I think this monocon charts are going to defend the wall, or maybe Sentinel stand comes in. And you can't push challenges through in terms of strength, but you can in terms of just having stealth. And
So,
what the hell, God's Eye? What are they expecting to
that's
face?
the new one. And Great Hall was in hand, so.
So PD is not happening, political disaster is not happening against Greyjoy. Can be we do not sold, I guess. And +1 reserve, okay, that means that you want to do something with the higher reserve. I mean, there's several stuff. The most immediately obvious is
Samuel.
Sam Tarly. Also great ranging with the feast to stop characters being stealth. That is not the worst
So-
thing to have against Greyjoy.
He did have Euron in hand, and he also had Silence in hand.
Of course.
Does he have the other two dickheads?
Yeah. That's what Alex had, but not everyone is Alex. I mean, Richard is a lucky player, to be fair, but he's not Alex.
4 gold. So,
That's 2 bloody cups worth of gold, right?
I mean,
And he
This
can get
could
it off
suck.
because all he has to do
Good
is kneel
nice
something with
watch a lot.
Euron.
If he has nothing to play out, maybe he could have taken another Iron Gate or something instead of a Gates of the Moon. Okay, Marcel is not going to do anything. Fair enough. Can't push power by 5 to get the great ranging. We just have to draw it. Now, what about the other side? You can individually oppose all of them, I guess.
No,
but
because there's
intimidate.
intimidate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll bloody cup on the mill challenge probably.
So if Crester defends, and then another one gets intimidated, you can do the 2 bloody cups on the other 2 challenges. But does that really achieve anything to bloody cup these charts away? I mean, bloody cupping Crester
Bloody
away is
Crester, I guess, yeah.
worth something at least.
We do not so would be better.
It could be there.
I feel like it must be there. By the same rule as Superior
No,
Claim.
there's 2
in the
Risens
last
and a
game.
bloody cup in hand. You can't have all of them.
There it is. There's one.
No bloody cup.
I don't think in Fealty you have bloody cups usually, at least in the
But what's the 4
private
gold
place.
for?
Another one.
Not this time.
Rhymes with Meek? No?
So it's
That would be
okay.
Shadows. Like,
Hit
You can play it from hand too.
hit
Yeah,
the
but if you
econ
have
a
trouble
little
with-
bit, but I mean the charts got the 3 in it here. Charts with Euron against the charts without. The charts with Crester. Charts with Euron and charts with Crester. Sure. Well, At least we do not so is gone now for Night's Watch before Sentinel Stand displayed, right? And the wall.
Hmm.
Well, what are we doing with the resets? Didn't use Blood Raven. Okay, so great ranging against Brand the Builder looking for warships. Richard goes first, he can intimidate the great ranging on one of the challenge types probably before it
Well,
does
he needs
serious
some more
damage.
strength.
I'm sure it's coming. Duped Victorian?
Big is coming.
Duped Victorian.
Duped. Doesn't need to be duped, there's reason in hand.
No, duped.
Duped, because then he can risen Euron next turn.
There's gonna be Kerwin as well, though.
Ooh, the bad Balon.
The bad
But he's not bad. He's
shit,
great
you
against
know,
Night's Watch.
again, the bad Balon, which is a non-kneeler with renown and can also have an extra ability that sometimes happens.
Yeah, Alex plays the bad Balon as
Or-
well, so he thinks it's a good Balon.
I mean, it's really good against Martell and Night's Watch who don't have a king.
Yes.
So he's never kneeling unless he gets milked or nightmares.
But here comes the 10 reserve, right? Oh, it's not coming. It's just begging, brother. The feast coming in. Might have been decent. I mean, there are other triggers to cancel.
Sir Black is not the worst thing to have.
No.
A Craven would be nice, though.
Do we get a challenge with Euron to put Great Kraken into play? So then Balon gets stealth?
Or maybe you get a raiding longship.
But
And,
they can just
defend
do
it anyway.
the military first, right? Balon's not kneeling and Euron is there with Intimidate. Get rid of Great Ranging. Clears the way for all the other challenges. Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
but how
can
they
they
can be
win?
unopposed?
They only have 11, so... Ooh, it's tight against
They can block for 9.
Castle Black. But Balon has an ability, by the way, that people don't know
Yeah,
about.
but
Yeah.
you can't you need a location.
Yeah, it gives each loyal, so him and Euron both get +1.
I don't think anyone has ever used that, but it does exist.
No, people have used it. I remember, I think in the first World Cup when I was playing against Alex, who used that ability.
The first World Cup. Okay, so what's that? About 16 months ago, someone used Balon's ability. Good.
Yes, I remember because I didn't know what was happening to me. That whole game I didn't know. I mean, that whole game just...
Yeah, he has two. There's 2 parts to his text. Just like Euron.
Yeah, okay, he's figured out this is the thing to do. We'll kill the character in the process as well. There is Crester, he's not going to be used until Bagging Brother also dies. He wouldn't be used anyway here, I mean, it does nothing. Just saying. At some point he might be relevant. He's immune to all omens, including the ones you play yourself.
Do you think he actually has no warships and needs to win one first to get it for Euron?
He's got a warship in hand.
Well, does it matter?
75% of the deck is warships.
Does it matter when exactly he stands?
No.
No. I'd probably just do it now.
Okay,
Forces the Balon trigger, and then...
There we are. Is Castle Black going to stand Great Ranging? It is.
What's he looking for?
I don't know.
Just more cards to play.
Yeah, I mean he's got his econ pretty much set now, so
Could have given the characters plus strength though, right? Limit
he
once per
could have, yeah,
challenge.
but he still wasn't kneeling the great ranging.
But he was needing Spareboot, which he's now not. He's
Yeah.
not needing anything.
Yeah,
Maybe he doesn't know about the obscure Balon ability.
he's played for a long time. I'm sure he knows.
I don't think he knows.
I don't know. He didn't know about the Tion ability before. I just joke. But yeah. So can you intimidate on power great ranging? Probably, right?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, would have been even better if Spareboot wasn't there to defend. He'd get an unopposed.
Is there any other non-power icon characters that can be prince like great ranging? It's kind of unusual.
The core Jon Snow, because he doesn't need the icon to participate.
Corraine was a
Okay.
prince in a deck
Yeah.
recently.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that
Th-
was an interesting one.
Anyone can be a prince in Barrow if you've got Azor Ahai Reborn.
Oh, and I just remember there was that that they played. I think in 8 Regents as well was Gregor Clegane Prince.
Mm-hmm.
That was Cancer as well.
There was Prince Wun Wun that Hannes played. He has no icons whatsoever.
Yeah, but he can
Prince
also
Liza's worse though. In Lanny, you just have the 4-cost Gregor instead and just kill her on repeat every round.
Hence Judgment, but no goal to have played it anyway. Just overall bad rounds for Night's Watch so far. Needs to go first at some point, right? Otherwise, this is gonna keep happening. Can't play Duharis though, because everything survives, and Greyjoy will lose everything except Balon and Bagging Brother, presumably. And here comes the Blood Raven. But if Duharis is revealed, I mean, there's nothing you can do. You can play Return to the Fields.
Yeah, you can play Return.
What did he get for Brand the Builders, by the way? Sea Tower, okay. And Grey Ghost. Oof, Grey Ghost. He can to bring it out of shadows as well to make sure there's a bunch of unopposed. So it's close call actually, just a neutral kind of plot to draw another card. But with 0 initiative into another Brand the Builder. Well, do we keep the Duplicate Talion in hand for after the Harris, or do we just play it?
I mean, are they playing the Harris? These nice with decks often you have Margulis because there's so much saves and searching loops abilities. And there's the draw.
Alanis. By the way, guys, Alanis is restricted. You have to choose to put her in your deck. You don't get to play your winner die.
I think she is actually podded with
Sure.
Asha.
Sure.
But it's a massive pod. It's not like you can't have painted dogs and lions there. It's like you can have this and Asha and Fanatic and I think another thing.
Is Victarion part of that, or can you play Victarion in this?
I mean, of course you can play Victorian in this.
Okay.
This is the main Victorian deck. But I think this looks exactly the same as Alex's deck, right?
It's very possible. I mean, might have made some changes for Night's Watch.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
guy, for instance.
Very different. Yeah, that's very different than what Alex plays. That's never
He is
gonna
there to take the wall in case it's needed. With Grey Ghost, is
Yeah.
almost sure to succeed, I think.
Well, he can take the wall 3 cost or lower.
Oh. Yes.
Yes.
Then Sentinel Stand.
He'll take Castle Black. Ooh, there's a power icon. Nice.
There we are.
Ooh.
Well, that's a bit better. That's a bit better in terms of defense. You can still try to get the intimidates off,
Wow.
since Balon and Euron can go into the challenge pretty easily. By the way, of course, Greyjoy has Morgulis available. And what happens with Morgulis is Craster survives by default and Great Ranging survives, and there's nothing in hand. So you'd be top decking for other stuff, and on the other side we have Balon and Kerwin's going to save whatever is best, presumably Euron, unless you suspect the Harris.
Plus the 8 Risens in hand.
Yeah, and there's a handful of cards which could be saves, or if they're not saves, I mean, could be Victarion, right? Just play him out and whatever. Okay. Doesn't start with military. I guess you can't really do that well on that one. You have to do intrigue first. Is this going to call Great Ranging?
Probably.
Craster would kind of work as well, although Great
Yeah.
Ranging you can do
No,
for
Great
several
Ranging,
challenges. It would defend with
Yeah.
Castle Black, that's the thing, and it's in
Yeah, if there
multiple
was
challenges.
Muramur, you'd name Craster. Okay, he's not triggered it.
Don't name anything, okay. Then he'll use the Balon ability now.
But then it's still the same outcome.
No, I mean now he's losing.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, he wins.
Why was
So he
that
doesn't know about the
needed?
he doesn't know about the ability.
Why was
He
this?
doesn't know about
Why not just use Grey Ghost, make sure there's no defender, and then you intimidate?
I don't know.
yes.
Does he need the ship?
No, he's using it now.
Does he think that the ship has to also name the challenge type?
Maybe
Okay, doesn't want this guy defending.
it's a big guy to be fair. By the way, Balon can do that in every challenge.
Yeah, but it's only one more location left. So if the guy is left standing, by the way, he has tremendous
guy?
strength. So yeah, the guy, the protector,
The guy.
he can. He mustn't be allowed to win power back by 5, because then you stand Great Ranging and you do the other challenge, intrigue presumably with insight and everything. Not exactly rich on any claim soak here.
Nope. Spare boots likely biting the dust now.
I think Richard could have named chosen Great Ranging with that Grey Ghost. Got a better intimidate, I suspect. I'm not going to think it through. Sure, you can choose one, yeah. He did have the goal to bring it through shadows if he didn't do some other stuff. I mean, Dagmar came in. No intention of
I think he's gonna
attacking
take a
alone.
location instead of the claim.
He
He has to
can't. He's
attack
not
alone.
attacking alone.
Oh, okay.
And no, I think, anyway, right? Even if you could.
I mean, you'd probably steal Castle Black if you could, but
Mm-hmm.
Maiden's Bane, not so good because it's so difficult to get unopposed. Great Kraken would be decent actually. Although it's difficult to steal. Well, it's not difficult to steal them. There's no Fist and
There's
there's no
no-
Benjen. So that was maybe a good begging brother trigger.
I remember when I played against Lucas in 8th Region, I didn't completely perceive what Fist does at that point in time, and I didn't cancel the Fist coming in, and it was shit.
Was it shit for Lucas or for you?
For me.
Mhm.
Because I
Well,
thought at that point in time, it just gives plus strength.
yeah. And you played Stark, of course, which is the faction where all the little girls have stealth for some reason as well. And they can win military against armies.
Mhm.
It's an unbelievable
But
design philosophy to give little girls stealth and military icons.
uh,
It can't be
how
defended.
is Sansa not, Miss Sansa, Arya not the best character to have stealth? Such an obvious character to have stealth.
Yeah.
By the way, he did take a dupe on Great Range, so he's completely exposed to Burgulis now.
Yeah, but that forces the begging brother to be saved with Kerwin, otherwise Craster triggers.
That's interesting.
I mean,
Triggering.
maybe, but
There can't be any Drown God fanatics or anything because Alanis is here.
But if everything comes back
yeah.
into play, I mean, the renown is only on
Greyjoy's ahead.
Balon.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
So
Love that for you. That's grim.
does Night's Watch now have the Harris is the question.
Probably not.
I think it loses because duped Victorian's gonna come in after the Harris.
Maybe Mad
Uh-huh.
King's command.
That would be better.
Maybe you even win initiative at some point.
Unlikely. It's probably as we take Westeros now. Or return. Okay.
Ooh, dude.
However,
So, I
Richard
think
wins
Dagmar is
initiative.
dying.
Yeah, but that means he has to sack Euron and Dagmar for the plot to fizzle.
Yeah, or he could not, and one of them needs, one of
Yeah,
them
I think
dies.
he will not do that. I think he will return to reducers, then
Yeah.
kill
Kill
Dagmar,
Dagmar.
and
Yeah.
Euron will stab him eventually.
Okay, he's gonna sack them. I think, or is he? No, he's going to duel.
No.
Okay. Thought he might. He can stand Euron and Dagmar is expendable.
Yeah.
The expendable 7 coster.
Still no power on the faction card to steal.
Still 32 minutes to turn it around.
Well, if the strength grows, some more of these protectors that you can push challenges through against. So
More nightmares.
I don't think it's happening, and Victorian will need Castle Black now.
If he's here. A big boat. Nice one.
Ooh, Kraken.
Marshall.
Which means he has a raiding longship in hand or something.
Mm.
Which is an obnoxious card.
There we are. Fealty as well.
Asha,
Doesn't
Eric.
use Fealty. Okay, thought he was gonna marshal Victorian. Could it be that he doesn't have him?
Usually, honestly, he does deserve him at this point. It's he drew more than half his deck.
Yeah, but with Brand the Builder triggers locations, right?
Yeah, but it was a couple. There was 4, and then even if you count 4 brand builders, I still have the deck that he drew.
He was gonna
There's
marshal
Bane as
the
well.
locations. Okay, so
Yeah,
clearly he has
he-
something for
Yeah,
silence
raiding
anyway.
longship. In Shadows, probably Pinch. Or Hagen's daughter.
Hagen's daughter, yeah.
Maybe it's one of those new the crew that does the same as Longship. I mean, the same kind of similar, but there's no targets for it, so maybe not.
There's a card that does the same thing as raiding longship in Greyjoy.
No, it's similar. I mean, I think removes a three cost character from. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
from.
The strength, yeah.
Yeah, so he
Yeah, the
now
strength.
has
Even it comes to shadow.
an additional source of intimidate, but ideally would want to. Okay, what's this
Ooh,
going
nice.
on? Balon? Silence.
Silence.
Okay, so Euron stands that. I was going to say he would want to use Maiden's Bane on Eric, but that doesn't seem that possible. By the way, Richard has not used Fealty. He's just used the reducers and paid uh, gold for stuff. So does he need the faction card, Neil?
Well, Great Kraken was free, and the other two are non-loyal, so
Yeah, but
I
Great
know.
Kraken he reduced with the three
yeah, he
reducers.
could have used one for Maiden's Bane, right? And then the Fealty for the Kraken. Yeah.
Is there anything that needs the faction card?
Not in
Probably not,
play.
but he's still gonna use it on we don't know so eventually.
I don't think he will.
He's gonna um, he's gonna defend with Protectors of the Realm, and it's gonna get blanked again. It's gonna be unopposed, and he's gonna.
Did it get blanked again? It did.
Oh, actually, it doesn't work because now Castle Black will give him
He's
strength.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but not enough. The Great Ranging still being intimidated here.
Yeah, but this stops
Yeah, but
Eric
he's
just
not
standing.
unopposed,
Yeah,
and Eric doesn't stand there.
true.
Unless there is also. Oh, there isn't Raiding Longship because
A
Silence was
dragon is
blanked.
no snake.
Mm.
Well, you can't now bring in a location because your silence was blanked.
Yeah. Well, okay, now let's talk about actually winning the game. We are on 11 here. Greyjoy is. There's no power to steal on the faction card. What's the
Yeah,
unopposed
no,
situation?
it's unopposed. Oh, you
Might.
can actually, sorry, because no, Great Ranging was called to not be able to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Could he win? Could he have won if he intimidated Riker instead and then unopposed power, but there's no claim? So what
You
would
get
it
one
be?
with the Great Kraken. You get one for
One Great
renown,
Kraken, one unopposed, and one renown. So you're one short.
and then yeah, you can't stand Euron to get the intrigue unopposed.
Mm-hmm.
Could still win
But
Dom though.
everything has to be defended, so.
Mm-hmm.
Is there as a quiet as a shadow or whatever it is that gives stealth to a 3-cost or under? Kerwin?
Craster can now be sacked, by the way, to bring in protectors. And then,
Bag Brother will just cancel him.
yeah, but in theory, you could win power by 5 then, and everything.
Yeah.
Defend this
I
as well.
thought Kraken Grasp Polices is the one that does not count strength 5 characters, but I thought
That's not what we're
about
on about.
the new the new guy that comes to Shadow. It's something like 3 cost 3 or strength 3, maybe.
Which pack's that from?
I think
I
it's
think just the
probably
last one.
10,000
The
ships.
one with...
Or is it the Iron Chronicle?
No, I think it's 10,000 ships. Like not the last one, but
Great
one.
Kraken's crew, yeah. Printed
Yeah.
cost 3 or lower.
Okay. I feel like that you could find a spot for that in
It'd be good against Stark with all the chuds.
Yeah,
They do play bigs, but then most of the time it's just chump blocks with chuds and then the bigs do challenges.
even here, I mean, if you did have it in Shadows, but I think it's 3. Is it 3 cost from Shadows?
Yeah. By the way, oh, here we go. Just gonna try it. Didn't work.
Hey.
Or it did. Did it work?
It did, yeah. So he did spare boot to bait the Begging Brother and then sacked Craster.
Mm-hmm.
Another nightmares.
But you can defend this to not lose by 5, right? Because
11 versus 6.
Balon
and
still works.
Hagen's daughter as well. Yeah.
How many
So-
I
Iron
mean,
Fleet
there's a
scouts?
whole Iron
More
Fleet
that.
Scout left, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no.
Doesn't necessarily
use
need to
Balon.
win though, yeah, because the power on the faction card is not that big a deal. It's been winning power without taking anything all game. He could
Rough.
lose dominance as well, which is to his benefit.
Although now that you sack Craster to her is not looking so good anymore. And honestly, I doubt that it's played because this shit is all expensive.
Now you play Mad King's Command. It's the only hope.
Into retake Westeros.
Mm.
Think we take Westeros and it's over. Alright. Duped Victorian comes in and stuff like that.
Ooh, there is the Harris.
Ooh,
Couldn't
there's
have,
Morgulis as well.
couldn't he have waited with Craster then, just to have another character? I mean, Bagging Brother
Have
wasn't
to
going to be
ask,
kept probably.
was Morgulis super necessary here?
Well, there's nothing in hand for Night's Watch, and there's a save for Greyjoy and plenty in hand. Probably thinks it's game winning, although against double Morgulis, well, against double Morgulis, Kerwin would need to save Balon and you're still fine, kind of. Plus Hagen's daughter, of course. Although now
I
to
mean-
Harris goes first, which means you need to actually keep Hagen's daughter if you want her to escape, and if you keep Kerwin, you can't keep anything else for him to save, so.
I mean, I think you're keeping Hagen's daughter and Balon either way.
And Night's Watch keeps nothing.
But feel like potentially
Do we get a
retake
Maester
Westeros
Mullen?
would be a better call, or maybe I don't know.
Just going to reason him anyway to give him some more strength. Risky though, I mean, there could be. Well, actually, it's not risky. You keep the dupe on him, so.
So risky. And
Yeah, but if you
only 2
play
days available.
an unduped Victarion now, spend your reason.
I feel like if you play any type of Victorian, you're gonna win.
There we are.
Here he comes. Yep.
Duped.
Really, at this point, does not matter. If
You see, he's not duped, so he spent the reason.
Yeah, for the next round, it's definitely happening.
Well, Victorian kneels Castle Black as his first action.
I don't think even as a first action, I mean, he's gonna wait for Night's Watch to do the challenge or pass. And I think there's gonna be 2 renown on both of them. And at least something's going to be unopposed at this point, so.
Everything because Grey Ghost is there.
Oh yeah, true.
The guy wasn't going to defend, so he could have just attacked. Stops Hagen's daughter coming in as well. Richard's not going to use Grey Ghost, or is he?
Maybe he can't see it because he has 14 locations in play.
He's not going to use it. Okay. We'll never know. This game sucked for Night's Watch, what can we say? If I was on the
I
Nightwatch
mean,
team, I'd be having a rant right about now. Although I would not be justified because Greyjoy stuff is at least restricted. So that's not
yeah, I
gonna be
mean
no
that's a
redie
bad
happening.
matchup for Nightwatch. You can't help it.
If all of those close games, the 2 close games, didn't go both to Nightwatch, it would be really interesting. Nightwatch could drop points here, but now I don't think so. It's what is it? Okay, first of all, let me see if anyone else is playing. No, okay. So it's 3-2, right? 3-2. Can they win at least 2 more games of the 3 being played? René against Argento, Feline against Com, and Mad against Mog. Well, honestly, this is all pretty. I mean, okay, Argento is one of those 75% win rate people, but other than that,
Who's Argento playing against?
René Baldov, who is really good in this tournament. So I don't know. They could win 2 of the 3 and tie against Nightwatch, which would leave it more open ahead of the final round. So
they can't win anymore.
they can win if they win the last 3.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah, it's 3-2, so
Okay.
they can win.
Sorry, I didn't listen to the start because
I don't think they'll win
people-
all 3 though. That's too much of an ask. But it can happen. Who knows? They've done it before against Lannister. They won the last 3 to get a tie, right? It looked pretty hopeless.
And
Before we go,
we can win 2 games and have a draw.
Tyrell, you mean?
Yes.
Sure. Good luck with that. So you haven't reported your win, which means it's currently.
I did.
Oh, so I should refresh. Sorry.
Reported right after I played.
It's
Because that's a very nice one.
4-2. Yeah, you have 2 good players, so that's possible. I did promise you to check the last 2 matchups as well. So it's Selkor against Zach, and it's Francisco against Rios. This is playable. It could be 4-4.
Yes.
And what else do we have? Targaryen Tyrell is one match, and then Stark Bara we've already mentioned. Martel, well, I play against Bobby, and David plays against Haruspex. So we both need to win to get 4-4, which is also quite an ask. So that's the state of affairs at this point. And what's happening in Germany?
No news yet, I think.
Schweig is out, unfortunately. Greyjoy Crossing has made it through. First semi-finalist. What's the bracket like? On the bottom half with Marty Ferreira and Ivailo. And the top half has the King of Swiss, Leonard. So, yeah, this has turned out to be really interesting. A lot of players that are not that big names that you always see in the cut of these
Yeah, like
tournaments.
for example, Leonard Paga.
Except for Leonard, come on. Yeah. Everyone almost here. There's a few missing. Lucas had to pull out, and Denis is not here somehow. Well, even Radek coming in from Poland, not had the best of time, I guess.
It's fine, there'll be beer.
But yeah, really strong competition here. And fun as well. I saw some pictures of playing in the kindergarten. The little tables for little children. Maybe they can have a little watch party and watch Lord of the Rings or something in that setting. Or one of those other kindergarten films.
Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop, that's actually excellent. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's not childish at all. That's a very serious film for adults.
No, it's entertaining
Serious
film
film for adults.
for
yeah.
anyone, but people don't pretend like it's one of the greatest films of all time or something like that. So it's just a bit of fun, right? Guy coming into a kindergarten dealing with kids, even though he is completely is like
but
a
is
thug
Arnold
cop
Schwarzenegger.
that can't deal with that sort of thing. You wouldn't trust him with that sort of thing normally, right? So that's the premise.
It's
And,
about child kidnapping, is it? I didn't watch
yeah,
it in a very
it's
long time.
kind of, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
It's family friendly.
it's entertaining. Whereas Lord of the Rings, I mean, there's people fighting ogres and zombies and trolls and spiders in the wild and trying to save the world that's not worth saving because there's a fucking spider on every corner and I wouldn't live there anyway. So
Um,
it is what it is.
I wish you wouldn't make these opinions known publicly. So
had to be said.
should at least be ashamed of them.
No,
But okay.
it is what it is. Let's not escape the reality here. Someone had to say it. Anything else? Or should we call it today? We'll be back tomorrow. See David play and I'll play Bobby. That's not going to be on stream. Well, not going to stream the last one either if it's 5-2 for Lannister, but we'll see. I might be here anyway because there's other deciding games happening. So, I guess that would be it. Then thank you all for watching. Thanks guys for commenting with me and I wish you all a good evening.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.